someone was asking me how you could design something like this, a stand for the headset and the controller. First of all, because I'm just using this for myself, I'm just going to take this image from here, because I'm not going to be selling these. So what I do is go type in snip, and then you get this snipping tool, because this page won't let you copy this. Cut it nice and close, and then go to edit and copy, go to Lightburn and press Ctrl and V, that'll paste it. Now go to the selection tool, left click, right click and trace image. I'm going to say OK and move this one over here, and I'm going to delete the original. Right, so now you got this. Also on this page here it shows you the dimensions, so that's handy to know. So I know it's 6.3 inches wide, the real thing. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to change this width, make sure this is locked to 6.3 inches. Okay, so now this is the size of the real controller. So now you want to fit it into the stand. What I would do first is, because you want a little bit of a space around this, I'm going to click on this and ungroup it up the top here with a little ungroup sign. Then I'm going to click on the outside most line and go to offset. Make sure it's offset outwards, round, I'll leave it round. We don't want to delete the original one, I think, so. And now you've got to pick how far you want that off. I think that's plenty, so I'll just zoom out a bit so you can see. So now it's got this line around the outside. I'll say OK. So the next thing is, turn on my calipers, zero them, and then just open them up and find out how wide this is. If I do it at 80mm, I know this stand that I need it to go in is 80mm. So now we need a square that's 80mm wide, width 80. So now that's the correct width. I'll click these two, align the centres. Okay, so I've got these two shapes. I'm going to select them both and take everything out the centre by using the Boolean Union tool. And now really I want this shape a bit better so that the light can travel through the acrylic. So I'm going to click around here where I would like it to connect. I'm going to click at the bottom here and hold the mouse down and shape this roughly like that. Right click, I can select this one, press Ctrl and D to duplicate it. I'm going to mirror it and I'm going to move it into position over here. Now what I'm going to do is go to the node editing tool and get rid of this, what I don't want anymore. So I'm going to press the letter D to delete some of these nodes out, and just delete them out until I reach this closest node, and then I'll just connect them like that. I'll do the same this side, D, hold my finger on D, delete all these out until I get to this close one, and just move it on top. And there you see it's connected. Okay, so now we've got the shape that's going down into the stand. If I look back on here, it's 2.6 inches sticking out. So, and we know this is the real size controller now, so zoom in here and where I want these to go. Oh, and now one other thing, I need to know the width of my acrylics. 4.2mm. With millimeters selected, I'm going to do 4.2mm. Okay, and now I'll check back here and I can see the height of the overall thing is 4.2mm. If you do want to stretch this down, you can select this with the node editing tool. You can just click these two, hold shift and click the other one, and now let go and hold shift again. Just put them both down. You can see that ain't connected with this line, but now really I can just move this line down. I need 3/4 of an inch to start with, what's going to go in there, and then it just depends how thick I want to make them. So I'm going to make it 1 3/4 inches tall. I'm going to right click it, convert to path, and then with the node editing tool press the letter D while you're hovering over it, and then select the other one, press the letter T, and now you can connect these. And if I want to make sure this is the same distance, one way you can do it is just drag out a square, hold shift and move it across till it lines up with this side, and then you can just align it with that. The overall length of the bracket I want to come right to the top, so that the headphones can sit on it. So I'm gonna do that. Then the same height as this, I'm gonna drag out another one. This is gonna be 1 inch tall. So I'll select them two. So this is the start of the stand. Now I'm gonna select this one, bring these up to a match, select them both and take everything out of the center. So now I have this. I'm going to drag out 2.3 inches, select these two and take everything out of the center. This will slot into here, and two of them, so Control and D to duplicate. And then on these corners, if this is a bit sharp, which it looks a little bit sharp, you can just use the radius. But this is the cutout, this and these ones. So what I'm going to do is put them on a different layer. 1, 2, 3, because that's being cut out. So I'm going to put that on layer 1, leave it on a line, and then this we want etched, so I'm going to put that onto a fill. You can see now it's going to fill these lines in. Now if you wanted some text, my wife plays on Call of Duty. Her name on there is Lady Revenge. Fill this in, which you would. Just change it onto the same layer. You want to make sure your fill layer is at the top and then your cut layer. Now to choose the speeds and powers. I mean, this is good for me. A 400 speed, 12 power for acrylic for these lights. 254, that's all fine. And then this is correct for my cut settings. 12 speed, 60 power. And then one important thing is to mirror it, so the design will end up on the back. So I'm going to click mirror. And then what I like to do with acrylic is, if you want this to come out like better, you want to click this outside line, press Control and D to duplicate it. I'm going to put it onto layer 3. I'm going to turn layer 3 to a line. And then with this line, you just want enough speed and power to cut the paper. And I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to go 150 speed and 20 power, which should be plenty just to cut the paper. I'm just going to send that over, just this outside line. So I'm going to frame it from the computer, and that way it'll show me the whole size. It's handy as well to just put a couple clips in here, make sure this is not going to move. Okay, so now I'm just going to delete the green line, or just turn it off and send everything else. Okay, you can see now I sent the whole thing over. And this little green bit at the bottom is just because it don't fit in my stand very well. That acrylic's just a little bit thick, so I'm just removing a bit of material. You won't have to do that. But yep, I'm going to send that now. Slot these two into here. Slot everything into the stand. Yep, and you can see there. That's how it is. I'll take it in, I'll put the headset and stuff on it and show how it is with the headset on there. Yeah, and you can see that's how it comes out. The headphones just sit on the back there. I've got this little torch, I'm going to turn this off. You can see it glows up pretty well. So yeah, I just wanted to show how you could design and make something like that. Probably within 30 minutes, I would say that took me to design and build it. So, it's, you know, pretty easy project. So thanks very much for watching, and please like and subscribe, and I'll put out another video as soon as possible. Thank you.